we've had to do on a minimal budget is make the best of what we've got. So we've taken an old Toyota Hi-Ace van, which is now our racing vehicle, but as it was when we got it, it wasn't good enough to do the job. So we then had to fit air conditioner units onto it. We had to change the tires, make the tires bigger so that we could go in the sand. We had to build a sort of a perching system inside the vehicle, which allowed us to take between 12 and 15 birds every day comfortably without sort of bumping into each other or jumping on top of each other, etc.
This week we're going for 1 kilometer sprints, So we're going for 1 kilometer, and this will give us our maximum speed, average speed, and top speed. If we can stick to the distance, then it makes sense. So if you're doing 1.5 k's, 5 k's, 3 k's, 2 k's, it kind of doesn't make sense. So what's quite nice with this is we can call it at 1 kilometer.
$700 800 1.2 Definitely getting better. His maximum speed was 105.5 kilometers per hour.
I'm Henry and I'm the operations manager of Royal Shaheen, so I'm more in charge of the show part of the company. My day-to-day duties is to make sure the birds are all good, do the day-to-day operations, make sure everything's running smooth and the birds are all in weight and good condition for the shows, and just make sure that part of the company is all going well, while Pete and the rest of the guys can focus on the racing team. Fortunately, we have the case where falcons can fly away. The question is not if they're going to fly away, it's when they're going to fly away. So always when we've got a falcon and it's flying, we've got a small transmitter on the bird that we can actually track them, just in case of that unfortunate event where birds do fly away.
I think he's still okay. Do you reckon bring it down a bit? Because he's working hard.
Starting to go away now.
So this morning we got a call from Pete to say that one of the birds flew away, one of the peregrines of the race team. So the guys from the show team came to help the racing team to actually track the bird. So Aaron and myself, we actually teamed up. I was driving through the desert and Aaron was manning the receiver for tracking the bird. This falcon was actually moving around, it didn't sit still in one place, so we actually had to keep tracking and still triangulate where the bird came from with the signal. And then as we think we get a strong signal, then the signal gets weak as the bird moves off to further distance. So it took quite a driving. I think in total it took us about 1.5 hours to 2 hours to actually track this bird down. So it was quite a good morning of tracking and laughing at people getting stuck in the dunes as well. But all the fun was had. But at the end of the day, luckily we managed to get a falcon back. We had to find a falcon as quickly as possible, mostly because of the heat. Because if the bird is outside too long and it gets warm up during the day, you don't want a falcon to overheat and you might possibly lose the bird completely. So yeah, we had to actually work quite quick to find a bird. And when we did find a bird, surprisingly the bird was actually still in a good shape, but we still had to spray down with water and get it in the car of the air conditioning as quickly as possible. So, yeah.
So the most important thing today is that the bird is safe, obviously. We're happy to have him back. The second most important thing is that Henry didn't get stuck in the sand, so our team won.